Welcome back to our series. This is Francis Online Tuition, powered by Odum Business Consult. Okay, so we are moving on to the third item on the question, which says that a check payment of 864 to a supplier was entered in the books as 1,044. Okay, I know this particular question is going to trick some students, but it's not difficult. The only thing you have, as I said earlier on, you should be able to understand the impact of the mistake committed and should be able to identify the account involved. Okay, so from here you could see that instead of recording a payment of 864 in the books, we recorded it as, or the accountant recorded it as 1,044. So obviously the amount recorded in the books is bloated. Okay, it's above what we are supposed to record. So here let's identify the account being affected in the books. And don't forget that the moment we make payment to somebody, here the question has even specified the kind of payment that we did. Okay, the method of payment that we did was through check. So meaning our bank account here is going to be affected, and two, the creditors or the supplier's account is also going to be affected. So the two main accounts being affected by the mistake is one, the check, which has to do with the bank account, and that of the creditors or the supplier's account. So here too, we are not going to use a suspense account because we've gotten two accounts over here. Okay, and how does it affect this account? So here, if you see something like this, you have to find the difference between the one that was recorded and the amount that was actually to be recorded. So this is the one that was recorded, and the actual figure to be recorded was this. Okay, and if you find the difference and you get to know that the one recorded was more than the one that was supposed to be recorded, it means the records in the book has been overstated. Okay, so obviously the one recorded was more than what was supposed to be recorded, and the difference is going to give us 180. Okay, find the difference between this, and it should give you 180. So what it means is that this creditor's account, okay, this creditor's account, which has to do with 2,456, has been overstated by, or it has been understated by 180. Why am I saying it has been understated? Whenever we make payment to creditors, okay, whenever we make payment to them for goods that we bought on credit, the account should be debited. And in debiting the account, meaning we are reducing the amount that we are owing to them. And because when we are reducing their account, we did the wrong thing, or we used the wrong figure, which in effect we overstated by 180, meaning the account here, which is 2,456, has been understated by 180. So we have to add it back. Okay, we have to add it back. And in adding an amount to creditor's account, you have to credit the account because creditors have credit balance. Okay, and here too, this bank overdraft, okay, it has to do with the banking account of the business. The bank overdraft here has been also been overstated by this. This overdraft is supposed to be less than this. Okay, and because we recorded the wrong amount in the books by recording this instead of this one, this overdraft which is 528 has been overstated by 180. So to reduce the overdraft, to its original figure, then you have to debit the bank account. Okay, so you have to debit the bank account because overdraft has credit balance in the bank account. So if you want to reduce it, then you have to debit the bank account to reduce the amount on the credit side, which is indicating an overdraft. Okay, so you can see that the double entry principle here has been completed. We are going to credit the creditor's account and then debit the bank account or the bank overdraft account. Okay, so let's come back to this. So if in an examination or wherever you meet something like this, a mistake concerning this type of transactions, okay, first you have to compare the two figures, the one that was recorded and then the one that was to be recorded, the one recorded and the one that was to be recorded. Okay, so this is the one that was recorded and this is the actual figure to be or was to be recorded. If you compare the two and see that the one recorded is more than the actual figure was to be recorded, meaning the account has been overstated. So you find the difference and debit the account that was credited previously and credit the account that was debited previously. Okay, so you credit the account that was debited previously, then you debit the account that was credited previously. Okay, but if you get to know that the one recorded was or is less than the one that was to be recorded, then you have to debit the account that was debited, then credit the account that was to be or that was credited. Okay, so that's the treatment for that. So this one we are going to credit the creditor's account, then we debit bank account. Okay, so let's go back to our solution board. We go to our workings, we open bank account. Okay, and we say we are going to debit the bank account in the name of one suppliers. Okay, don't forget that, with an amount of 180, the difference between the two amounts. Then we debit, so we credit the supplier's account in the name of bank, okay, with the amount of 180. So when you are done with the rectification, you have to post it from there to the journal entry. Okay, and in writing up the journal entry, I said the account debited should be written first. So which account was debited? Let's check once again. Yeah, the bank account was debited. So bank account with the amount of 180. Okay, and then the one credited was supplier's account. Okay, which has to do with 180. When you are done, you have to give a narration. So from here, you can see that an amount of let's check what was the amount involved. An amount of or a payment of 864, payment of 864 to creditors treated as what was the amount recorded? 1044, treated as 1044 in the books now corrected. Okay, don't forget your narration, short narration. Okay, so a payment of 864 to creditors treated as 1044 in the books now corrected. Okay, so as I said, when you see something like this, first you have to compare the figures to see if the one recorded is more than the one which was to be recorded, meaning the books of the business has been overstated, or the account in the books of the business has been overstated. Then you strike the difference, or you find the difference between the two amounts involved. Then you have to credit the account that was debited. Okay, then you debit the account that was credited. Okay, so if it has been overstated, you debit the account that was credited, then you credit the account that was debited. So here, because it was overstated, the creditor's account was debited, so you have to credit it. Okay, because whenever you make payment to creditors, you have to credit the account, and because it has been overstated, you have to credit the account. So that's why I said, if you find the difference and you know that it has been overstated, you credit the account that was debited, then you debit the account that was credited. Okay, so the bank account was credited, so you have to debit the bank account, as we've done it in our workings. Okay, so we debited the bank account in the name of suppliers or creditors, then we credited creditors account in the name of bank account, and from there I told you have to transfer it from your workings to the journal entry. That's the requirement. Okay, that's the requirement. But for you to get the requirement, first you have to do your workings. Okay, so once again, thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel, can you do that for us and learn more at www.ghanaonlineeducation.com. See you in the upcoming series.